Greetings to all. My name is Paul John, and this is the 10th year record in the Object Oriented C Programming Lab. The concept of this exercise is based on templates and exceptions. Now, templates is a method of including all kinds of data types in a single function instead of making four different functions for or different types of functions for different data types. Now, exceptions, as the name suggests, it's a method of creating exceptions so that for certain test conditions the program doesn't crash. Now, without further ado, let's move on to the code I've created. The question that I've been given is to create an operating stack that does all the pushing, popping, and displaying, and pushing and popping and displaying, and it also has exceptions for the case of full and empty conditions, and and I have created template so that it takes both data, integer data as well as float data. Now let's move on to the code. I have declared the necessary header files. Then I have created a template class view, and then I declared a class stck and private members of int top and u type a of 10, which is an array. And then class in public I've created a class full, that's for the, and the class empty, these are for the exceptions. And then I have created a constructor stck which initializes top as -1 and void push of u of data. That I have declared a function push which returns nothing and has argument of u type, and inside that I check if top is less than 10 minus 1. That is if it's full. If this is the case, then that means it's not full. And then a of plus plus top equal to data. Top is initialized, a of top is initialized with data, and then top value is incremented. Else, that is if it's full, then it's thrown. A full function is thrown. Like we have created the class, so we do this is the method of calling an exception. That's the end of push function, and then void pop. In void pop, I declare u a variable t which is of type u, and then I check if top is less than equal to -1. That means it's empty. In that case, we throw empty. Else, that is, if it's not empty, then we can delete it. So element popped out. We print a of top minus, and now display. We create a for loop from I equal to top to I greater than equal to 0 and I minus minus. Now then we print a value of a of I, and that's it. Now int main. In int main, stck of int n, and then stck of float f1. Then try. Then we have made the try part, in which we have declared in chc and in chc2. That's for the choices. And then cout integer stack, or like 1 for integer and 2 for float. And we take like if chc is equal to 1, then we, in a loop which ranges from I equal to 1 to I greater than 0 and I plus plus, again infinite loop, we ask whether to push, pop, or display or exit. If it's based on the choice, if it's 1, then we ask the user to enter the element to be inputted, and we call the in dot push of in, that's the function. And then we break. If it's case 2, that choice is 2, then we call the pop function. If the case is 3, then we call the in dot display, that's for displaying. And then if the case is 4, then we break, that's the exit, and then break default invalid input, and like we had a if of like the choice is equal to 1, that's for the int part. Now for the float part, we do the same. We make a switch, and we call f1 dot push of f, enter the data to be pushed. We use the same functions, but the only difference is that based on the u data type, in the as if we send int, the value comes in int based on the u, or else if it's float, the value comes in float. That's the difference. That's why you use float, I mean templates. If this is not the case, we'll have to make a separate set of push, pop and display function for this one, push and pop for integer data types as well as float data types. So this is more efficient. And that's it. That's the end of the code. And before we close the program, we have to check the exception part. Now we had created some classes over there of stack int and stack f. I had explained much, but now I'll do it here. Now we did that so that when we throw the for different conditions we throw empty and full. So here we catch those parts. Now catch stck of int global resolution empty, and then cout exception occurred in pop. You are trying to then the catch stack in global resolution operator full, see a stack overflow exception, and catch stck float empty. This is for the int part. Now this is the float part. Cout exception occurred in pop. You are trying to insert like already full, so I mean you are trying to delete an empty stack. And catch stck float global resolution full. That's for the full operation. That's so we can't insert anything more. Stack overflow exception. So that's it. That's the end of the whole code. Let's try running this. Integer stack. So let's try an integer stack. Push 2 and then it was empty, so it terminated. Integer stack again. Push before then let's display it, then let's pop this so it works perfectly. I'll just try displaying it again, and then now for that's so the integer stack part works perfectly. Now let's try float one. 2 for float stack. Push, let's push 333.33. Display 2, no, I want to pop something. Let the popped out element is 33.3 and 4. So that's it. All my modules work perfectly. So thank you all for watching. This is Paul signing off. See you next time. Actually, this is my 10th record. That is like one more record. I have 11 experiments. So I thank all for watching. All who have watched my video. My name is Paul John, and I'm open to all comments and requests. If you guys have to think my videos are very boring, it's okay to say your minds out. My mail is paulj@carnet.edu.in. You guys can mail me anything, and any request or any improvisation that's needed in my videos, I'll try for the next labs. Thank you all for watching. Bye.